Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I am here today on a Sunday afternoon with my recap of Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 8. Save me from this castle. No, rescue me from this castle. So, the reason why I'm going live on 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon is I usually go live on Saturday nights, as you guys may or may not know, for Love During Lockup. But I went on a date night with my husband and I had a margarita, and I'm not a drinker. So by the time I got back from having that one margarita, I was done. And today is my 13-year-old nephew's confirmation in New Jersey. So I woke up early, had a fresh mani pedi, and I'm doing my live because his confirmation is at 6 o'clock in Jersey, and by the time I get back, I'll probably be too tired to do this. So I want to get this out to you guys. And this was a good episode, okay? Simply for the fact that Candace finally did what she was going to do, but we're gonna get into that in a second. So I just wanted to thank everyone for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. And next week is the season finale already for this. So, yeah, the season was okay. It wasn't very remarkable in any way. I mean, some of these storylines are very recycled. Okay, so if I was going to give this season a grade as a whole from, before I watched the season finale, I would give it a C, I guess, because I mean, like I said, it was okay. Now, I want you guys to forgive me. I don't know if you can see this. I'm drinking an iced coffee because I need an extra boost of caffeine today. I usually get my caffeine from soda. So if I'm babbling and not making any sense, I apologize because this gives me a boost. And usually I'm like, and just rambling on and on. So if I'm rambling, I'm sorry, guys. So let's start off with Joey and Michael, okay? Because honestly, I saw this coming. So Joey, he went from being so in love with Michael, not being able to live without him, and then his mom, Joey's mom, got sick, and now he has a fresh perspective on life. And he's thinking, I don't know if starting a relationship with this bum who's been in and out of jail basically all his life is a good idea. And it's like, yeah, no shit, Joey. Okay, but I'm glad that you came to this perspective, this new perspective all of a sudden. Okay, so he's going out to meet Michael's mom. Okay, he missed a visit with Michael, and we know from the early episodes when Joey was so in love with him, he would never miss a visit. He even rented a hotel room so he could have a little dirty video chat with him. So he went from that extreme to, oh shit, I missed our visit. I'm sorry. I'm driving out to see your mom. I'll talk to you later. So now Michael's mom has basically written him off a long time ago. She's like, I tried everything. I tried tough love. I even turned him into the police. Okay, when they were looking for him, I was like, he's here. He's here. Come and get him. And nothing has worked. Now, I don't know about you guys, but seeing that montage of Michael's mugshots, okay? I mean, if that doesn't do it, I don't know what the fuck will. Okay. I mean, we basically see him growing up through his mugshots. So Michael's mom is like, I don't know. I don't think he will ever change. And Joey's just sitting there thinking to himself, you know, this may not be a good idea. And Joey says, I could throw Michael the life jacket, but he has to want to grab it and put it on. No shit, Joey. Okay. I could have told you this on episode 1, but I'm just happy, that you got your head out of your ass and you finally realize this. Okay. So, safe to say, I think on the season finale, Joey's going to dump Michael, and that's the end of them. So now we have Rick and Samantha, which I don't know why, but except for the basement part, this couple reminds me of Stan and Lisa. I don't know why. Okay, Rick doesn't have like a funky dungeon basement where he likes to be tied up and stuff like Stan did. But I don't know. This couple, maybe just the dynamics between them, maybe just because Rick is an older guy. I don't know. It just reminds me of Stan and Lisa. Call me crazy. Maybe it's too much iced coffee, but yeah. So it's time to get married. And Ricardo, we got to give a shout out to Ricardo. Okay. He's not only an Uber driver, but he is the ultimate hype man. He is the ultimate friend to Rick. Okay. Not only is he driving him around, he is a witness at the wedding that they're running late for, which running late seems to be a theme throughout this episode. And we'll get into that in a second. So, Samantha is allowed 30 minutes at the courthouse to get married. So Ricardo's like driving, trying to get Rick to the wedding. And they got there in the nick of time. Rick marries her. It's a sweet ceremony. Ricardo is taking cell phone footage. Cameras weren't allowed, at the courthouse. So we have Ricardo there with his phone, taking video. And Samantha, she thinks of this whole relationship like a fairy tale. And this is where we get the title of the episode. Yes, I agree. I love me some Ricardo and he's hot. So this is where we get the title of the episode. Okay, rescue me from this castle. Because Samantha says that she used to tell Rick that he was like her Prince Charming and come and rescue me from this castle. So getting married to Samantha was everything Rick could have wanted. Okay, considering the circumstance, there was no cake and ice cream, there was no dancing, but he got to marry his princess. Okay, so he was happy, and Ricardo had the car all decked out, just married, and Rick and Ricardo get in the car and they drive off. Okay, so now 6 weeks later, trouble in paradise, guys. Trouble in paradise. Okay. Rick is like questioning Samantha and how she is going to financially support herself when she gets out of prison because it seems like Samantha has all of these lofty ideas about starting a business, starting a jewelry business, writing a book. Okay. So yes, yes, it was very funny. The week by week phone call editing, watching their relationship deteriorate is pretty funny. Yeah, it was. So, Rick is like, this is kind of a red flag to me that Samantha's plans when she gets out of prison doesn't involve having a job. Okay. So this seems like a red flag to me. And I know Rick is thinking this bitch is not going to live off my pension. Okay, my pension is for one person, and that's me. And if this bitch thinks that she's gonna come and live off my pension, so good for you, Rick. Okay, good for you. But I mean, don't you think they should have had these talks before he flew out to Idaho and got her a whole fucking list of shit, enough vitamins to fill up her own vitamin store? Don't you think Rick should have had this conversation with her beforehand and realized that this bitch has lofty goals and it doesn't involve getting a real job? Yes. Rick at this moment is regretting his life choices. Yes. Okay. So he's like, I don't know, you know, I why do we always argue about this? Why does this have to be an argument? And in the middle of the phone call, okay, Rick's friend Sandy is calling him. The chick, one of the chicks from the reunion, the one that he hooked up with, the one that Samantha does not like, okay, and conveniently In the middle of the conversation, Sandy is calling. And Samantha's like, "Who's calling you? I bet you it's one of your female friends." And he's like, "Well, as a matter of fact, it is. It's Sandy." So I predict that next week, Rick is going to be killing the relationship for good. Okay. Because, like Alicia says, he is regretting his life choices at this moment. Okay. So now I want to move on to Shante and True. Okay. So she's telling her son how the visit with the family went. And she's telling them that True told his mama one thing, told her another about where he was going to live. That True's sister kept telling Shantae, "You don't know what you're getting into. You're just seeing a little piece of my brother." And her son is just kind of looking at her like, "Ma, you're nuts." Okay. And then conveniently, True calls and she tries to question him, about what she learned meeting the family. And he distracts her immediately by talking dirty. Okay. And just like that, Shantae melts like ice cream. Okay. And she forgets about all of her worries and concerns. And she's like Play Doh in this guy's hands. Okay. So he's talking dirty to her. And she's like, hey, 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 all, blushing and giggling. But then this is where we learn Shantae's story. Okay. She said that True was there for her in one of the darkest times of her life. Okay. Shantae was working at a hotel where she got a phone call from security. And it was apparently a co-worker that she wanted nothing to do with. And it wound up that she was sexually assaulted by that co-worker and two of his friends. Okay. So Shantae said she went through a period of deep depression. She didn't want to leave her house, and True got her through that. And this is why she loves him and she will forever love him. And I know in real time right now, they are together. Okay. I hope that, True picks up Shantae and is the support that she needs, just like I'm sure Shantae is helping him and supporting him. I just hope that it's, like a mutual thing. Okay. Because listening to her story, that's was the piece of the puzzle that I needed to understand her. Because this whole season, I knew there was something deep. I knew there was something deep about this woman. And this is the episode that we learned. Okay. What happened to her. It was a missing piece of the puzzle. Okay. So all I have to say is, True, you better not break her heart because you're going to have me to deal with. Just saying. Okay. So I'm just hoping that this all works out for them. And my prediction for this couple is that they're going to be on Love After Lockup. Okay. So now I want to move on to Teenie and Rob. I want to leave the best for last. Okay. So Teenie and Rob, it's 1 week before his release. Mm. And Rob is feeling the pressure. Okay. He's like, sometimes I have to pinch myself to realize that I'm married to my high school sweetheart. I have two children by marriage. This is a big responsibility. Yeah, no shit. Okay. So Cheyenne personally is sick of the cameras. Okay. Sick of the cameras. So she's like, I'm nervous when he comes home to see how, like, the discipline is going to be with him. So we see the kids getting ready for school. Rob is, yelling at them through the cameras. You know better than to eat on that couch. Why are you eating on that couch? Drop and give me 10 push ups. Okay. So he tells Teeny, because Teeny's a little annoyed at him. He didn't call her the night before because, you know, the CEOs are cracking down on phones and shit, okay? And as a matter of fact, he's gonna have to get rid of his phone soon because he's getting out and he doesn't want anything to fuck it up. Rob, I thought you were king of the castle. Okay, and the CEOs let you do whatever you wanted. So now it went from I'm king of the castle, I can have a phone, ain't nobody gonna stop me, to honey, I gotta get rid of this phone, okay? I don't want nothing to fuck up my release. Okay, so Rob also says that there's women drooling over him in prison. So if these CEO, which I assume that they're female CEOs, I mean, what other woman could he be referring to in a male prison? Um, so if these CEOs and female staff are so drooling over you that you have to kick them out of your cell, well, why are you so worried about somebody finding a phone? I mean, you're like contradicting yourself left and right. So he basically tells um he basically tells Teeny, listen, I'm gonna get rid of the phone. I don't want any issues. I'll be home soon, baby. Don't worry about it. Okay. So he did get rid of the phone, and now and Teeny is going to pick him up. Okay. Her and her son. Cheyenne was doing some testing, so she couldn't come along. And Teeny's like really, really nervous. Like, this is like hitting her that this is the last drive that she's ever going to do to this prison. And she's going to be taking Rob back with her. Okay. Her son, is excited because he can't wait to see daddy come home. These kids call him daddy. Okay. So, her son is still a little nervous about the whole dynamic though, because he has been disciplining them through a camera, right? So he's nervous about when daddy is actually at home, physically there in the house with him. And honestly, I don't blame the kid. So this is the last time they're going to drive down this highway, and they pull up to the prison, and Teeny's like, I see him. And then we see them running. Okay. My prediction, we're going to see this couple on Love After Lockup. So now we are going to save the best for last. Ayanna and Jamal. Annoying, agitating, and aggravating Ayanna. She's running around. She's running late. Okay. She has to turn herself in at 11 a.m. and it's 9:30, and she's at her grandmother's house, or her mom's house. Her grandmother's there. And is it just me, or did her mom look drastically different in this episode from when we first met her? Is like her daughter aged her in just like 2 episodes, okay? And I don't blame the woman, but anyway, to me, she looked different from when we first saw her. When Ayanna was laying on her couch complaining about the legal system being unfair, that she has to go to jail for driving while high. Okay. So anyway, her mom is like, come on, let's go. I have to drop you off. Okay. It's like at 9:30. We have to be there at 11. Let's go. So Ayanna's running around making sure she has everything set. She has, a stack of singles for her son. Her grandma's like, is that money for your son? She's like, yeah, it's like a stack of singles. Um, so she's running around. She says she tries to act all tough, but like deep down she's like crying or whatever. Okay. So she didn't know that she could bring her own personal items to the jail. Okay? Like t-shirts, bra, panties, her, hygienic items. So now she makes her mom stop at a store so she could pick up this shit. Girl, instead of, spending your last day driving to see your boopy and only wound up seeing him for 30 minutes anyway because you were running late because of your sentencing, maybe you should have thought to get all this shit in order. Okay, get your panties from your house so you don't have to make a last minute stop at Walmart. She is practically giving her mother a heart attack. Her mother's like, do you know we're going to get there at like 11:38 and you were supposed to be there at 11? So Ayanna's like running to go get her panties and shit out of Walmart. And she gets back in the car. She's like, come on, mom, drive. Come on, mom, drive. Stop talking. Come on, mom. And now you're concerned. You're going to give your mother a fucking heart attack. Stop it. Okay, I know your mother is not happy about taking her daughter to jail, but because of your irresponsible ass who has her priorities, I don't know fucking where. Okay, and she's like, "Come on, mom, drive. Come on, mom." So they get there, and it fucking hits her as they're pulling up to the jail. Of course, she has to have a last conversation with her boopy in the car. Oh, boopy, I'm gonna miss you. Okay, so her mom is pulling up to the prison, and she starts crying. I don't want to go. Mom, turn around. Take me back. I ain't going. I ain't going. Mm, mm. If I was her mom, I would have backhanded her. Okay, like, please shut up, bitch. So her mom pulls up. I'm turning in my daughter. Okay, so, Ayanna's like, oh, yeah. So her mom's like, take this opportunity to think, okay? To think about what you did, to think about your kids, to think about your life. Okay, take this opportunity to sit in your cell and think. And what does Ayanna say to her mom? I mean, selfish bitch. She goes, girl, bye. Excuse me? I mean, anyway, so in my opinion, they should keep Ayanna in jail, okay, until she gains some humility and common fucking sense, okay? So, anyway, she's going to serve her 15 days, and her mom hopes that she gets her shit together. Her mom is not happy that she had to take her daughter to jail, but she hopes that she will take this opportunity, okay, to get her shit together. I don't have too much faith, okay, in this, but hey, mom, you can have hope. So now, the best for last. Oh, Andrew. I mean, I don't know how you didn't see this coming, but yeah, there's a long line. You have joined a club, okay? Because this show has a long line of men that were simps. Basically, you guys were taking for a fucking ATM, didn't get Nookie out of the deal. Okay. Started off with Deontay and Nicole. Deontay got her all the things that she wanted. Didn't get Nookie out of it. Tia got the Nookie, but not Deontay. Okay. Then we move on to Chaz. Okay. Bradwin couldn't even be in the same room with him. But hey, she got all the things. Then we move on to Andy, the former cop from last season. Got all the things for Brittney. And once from what we last saw on TV, he didn't get the nookie. Okay. But in real life, they are married right now. So I'm assuming he did get the nookie. Okay. And finally, we have Andrew. Andrew, poor Andrew. I mean, not poor Andrew because he's a fucking idiot. But I mean, we all knew this was coming. So it starts off with she's gonna go register as a felon. She calls her friend, "Hey, bestie, I'm gonna go register as a felon." I mean, it didn't seem like she had any anxiety. She's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go register as a felon." But around Andrew, conveniently, she has all this anxiety. He doesn't make her feel comfortable. This is not what love is supposed to be like. Has it been even 24 hours? Okay. And she feels anxious, nervous. I mean, just being in the car with him, she's like, he goes to, grab her hands, and she's like cringing. Okay. So she's like, stop it. Stop trying so hard. Stop, just be natural. Stop being weird. And Andrew's like, okay, honey, I'm trying. Okay. So poor guy is not reading the room. He is not reading the room at all. He is just like, you aren't used to healthy relationships. This is why you feel weird. Don't worry, everything is okay. So she's questioning things. because conveniently Andrew is triggering her. Okay, she knows what her triggers are. And conveniently, the guy that dropped 15K got her a truck, a fully furnished apartment, a Timu Louis Vuitton bag stuffed full of shit, including a phone and money and everything else. And conveniently now, he's triggering her. Okay, and she just needs him to go the fuck away. So he's like, "You still love me, don't you? Do you still love me?" And she just paused, gulped really hard. Yes. So she basically breaks up with him. And he still can't read the fucking room. Okay? And she's like, "Listen, I can love you, but from afar, way far. Go back to Jersey and lose my fucking number." Okay? She didn't say lose my number, but that's what she meant. So he asks her, "Was this only a prison thing? Were you just using me for my money?" The fact that he had to ask her that, you know that he knew that he was a trick. In that moment, it fucking hit him that she was just using him this whole time. Because why ask that? Okay, if you Andrew, you should have just fucking seen this coming. Oh my god. So anyway, she's like, "Just drop me off at WellCare. Okay. I'm not going to feel settled until I figure out, this whole situation with WellCare and my PO. So just drop me off at WellCare. Can I take your charger, by the way? Because I don't know if I have my charger." Okay. So when the producer asks her, "Did you use Andrew for money?" Okay. She kind of smirks and she said, "Listen, 9 out of 10 people in prison will gladly take whatever you offer us." Okay. I didn't ask for any of this. Andrew offered it. Yeah. Okay, Brittney. So she didn't scam him. No, 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 no. The dumbass offered it all. And she said, "Sure. Give it to me. I'll take it all." So Andrew has joined a not so exclusive Love After Lockup club. The assholes that put out tons of money for these female inmates and didn't get shit in return. Not even some ass. So that's basically it for this episode. And next week, we have the season finale. So, and then we have Mama June. So I will be taking my Mama June break because, as you guys know, I do not cover Mama June, and I would not be able to cover this season because it is going to be focused on Anna dying. And I can't do it. I can't do it. So after next week, there's going to be a Mama June break. Thank you, Angie. There's going to be a Mama June break, and then I'll be back doing my Love After Lockup recaps. I'm covering inmates or roommate, okay, which is the season premiere was off the fucking hook, okay, and I hope the momentum keeps going throughout the season. So check it out if you guys haven't already. And for my 90-day fans, I'm going to branch out and also cover 90-day UK, which reminds me of the early days of 90-day fiance before it got so scripted like it is today. So that's what I'm doing, and basically it. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.